We will be discussing several flexibility assessments. A 5-minute aerobic warm-up and stretching should be completed before any of the assessments. We will begin with the Canadian trunk forward flexion test. This test is used to measure hamstring and lower back flexibility and is appropriate for all populations. For the Canadian trunk forward flexion test, the participant will sit without shoes and the soles of their feet will lie flat against the sit and reach box. It is important to remember not to bend the knees during this assessment. The participant will then slowly reach forward with both hands in parallel as far as possible and hold this for 2 seconds. Remember to always exhale as you reach forward. This assessment is done twice and the best of the 2 scores in centimeters is taken. Shown is the table for the fitness categories for the Canadian trunk forward flexion. The chart categorizes flexibility based on age and gender. The number of centimeters reached is compared to the gender and age of the participant. I am a 21-year-old female and my score was 44 centimeters. According to the table, I am categorized as excellent. The next assessment we will discuss is the YMCA sit and reach test. It assesses hamstring and lower back flexibility and is appropriate for all populations. The participant must sit on the floor without shoes, legs 10 to 12 inches apart, and their heels at the edge of the tape. It is important that you do not bend your legs. You will then reach forward, hands in parallel, exhaling as you reach. You must touch the yardstick and you must hold this position for 2 seconds. This test is done twice and the best of the 2 scores in inches is taken. Shown are the fitness categories for the YMCA sit and reach test. The chart is broken down by age, gender, and classifies people based on a category and a percentile. In order to categorize a participant, you must take the inches that they reached during the test and compare it to their age and gender. I am a 21-year-old female and my score was 27 inches. According to the chart, I am categorized as well above average and am in the 90th or above percentile. Next is the chair sit and reach test, which assesses hamstring flexibility in older adults. You will place a chair up against a wall and have the participant sit at the edge of the seat. The leg being tested will be extended in front of the hip with the ankle dorsiflexed to 90 degrees. You will then reach down, hands parallel to each other, and hold this position for 2 seconds, exhaling as you reach. A ruler will be placed at the foot and the score is taken in inches. Anything before the big toe is negative, anything past the big toe is positive, and touching the toes is considered 0. The final test is the Thomas test, which assesses hip flexor flexibility and is appropriate for all populations. The participant begins by lying on their back or supine. The participant will then bring the not tested leg toward their chest without lifting the tested leg off the floor. This maneuver will be done on both sides of the body. If the straight leg remains in contact with the mat, the hip flexors are flexible. If the straight leg rises, then the hip flexors are not flexible. Because I was able to complete this on both sides, I am categorized as flexible in both hip flexors.